Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Samantha Ritchie and I am a knitter. I have recently moved to Arizona, so I am no longer with my knitting group. Sorry, my little doggy's here. Yeah, so I'm alone now. I don't have a knitting store to go to, a local yarn shop. So I'm here learning on my own. And right now I'm doing a project using a mystery yarn, actually. I was given this by a friend and she had it for a while. It looks like it's about DK weight. And DK weight I tend to use the most, especially for sweaters. So and hats. Right now I'm doing my work in progress is the smock stitch slouch hat. And every time I make this, I get lots of compliments. It's kind of hard to see because it's so dark. But I've made about 6 of these. And right now I'm using, like I said, this mystery yarn. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm using a size 6 needle. It suggests a size 7. But yeah, I kind of have a small head too. So I tend to go for a size down on the needles, and I'm also a tight knitter. Okay. So yeah, that's it. And then I also have a couple other works in progress going on over here, using some, what is this? This is Rowan felted tweed, which I absolutely love. I started doing the Jelly Wee Elf. Sorry, I didn't really give much of a background. I started knitting probably 8 years ago, kind of on and off. So I still consider myself a beginner knitter. And I've made a few Jelly Wee Elves. Here's one. And as you can probably see, I like yellow, mustard yellow. Look at that. Oh my gosh. No, it's not the same yarn. It's not. Wait, yes it is. Sorry. This one is not Rowan. This one's Rowan, felted tweed. This one, I would have to look this back up. It has a bit of a softer feel to it. This one is definitely more woolly feeling. But as I mentioned, I'm doing the Jolly Wee Elves. And these are 2 that I just did recently. I'm going to gift a couple of them. And I also have these yarns, the Rowan yarns. So these 4 for sure are Rowan felted tweed. I think it's called fine felted tweed. I love these. And in the beginning, when I started knitting, I tended to go for more like very vibrant, bright colors, which I still love. So let's see here. I can take some out here and I'll show you an example. Usually sock yarn or fingering weight yarn. Here's one. I love this. This is a Madeline Tosh. And it has the sparkles in it, the tinsel, I believe. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I've had it for a long time, and it's because I can't figure out what project to use it for. I'm kind of scared. Sometimes I hesitate to use things because I'm scared I'm going to make a mistake. And I know it's all about being creative and trial and error, and I just love it so much. I feel like once I use it, I just want to make sure it's in the perfect project. But yep, this is the Madeline Tosh. Oh, this one's called Voodoo. Voodoo. And yeah, hand-dyed yarn. So it can be a little pricey, as everyone knows. These kind of yarns can get up there. And what else? Like I said, I just moved to Arizona. I used to live in Iowa, and I used to go to a local yarn shop there. And during 2020, I would meet up with a bunch of women and we'd sit at the table at the yarn store and we'd knit and then we'd get lunch together. Well, then all that disappeared during 2020. So people kind of trickled in here and there, but the whole group never truly got together while I was there. I moved about a year ago, so now I'm in sunny Arizona. And now I'm in southern, I'm between Phoenix and Tucson, so there's not a lot of knitting stores nearby. So I've been ordering some things online, and of course I have a stash. The other project I planned on doing is a small purse, I guess you'd call it, or maybe just like a little handbag without the strap. But it calls for this yarn. I'm probably going to say it wrong. Alafoss Lopi yarn from Iceland. So it kind of looks like this. And it's 100% wool. It's not super wash either. But that's the good thing, is because the purse that I'm making is going to be felted. So I needed 2 skeins of these, and somehow I think I found these online, maybe through Ravelry. I reached out to someone that had it in their stash that they were willing to trade or sell. So I reached out to them and I found these 2. And then, because like I said, I still consider myself a beginner. I don't get to knit all the time. So I forget things. I forget like what I need, and if I actually have them in my, in my stash, or needles that, I think I have, but then I realized I don't have. So I got these 2, and then I realized I needed the contrasting color. So you would think that'd be obvious. I guess just my mind is scattered sometimes with all these projects. I'm like, I want to knit everything all the time, but I'm going to have all these projects around me. I'll show you some others here. I guess I start on the one that I get the yarn to first. So I had these 2. I forgot I didn't have the other one. And then I just found someone just 2 days ago that sold me the other color. So I don't have it yet. So this is a good example of me, again, considering myself a beginner. I went and I ordered this one, which it's a Lopi yarn, right? And this one's a Lopi yarn, Alafoss Lopi. This one's late Lopi, and it said Golden Heather. Okay, it's Golden Heather, but it's not the same. This one's half the weight. It's not as thick. When I say weight, it's not as thick. This one's thicker. And this one says Istex Iceland. This one's Istex Iceland. But I don't know. I thought it was the same. It's not. So I bought this one thinking I had the right one. It is not. So I still can't make that purse. So I'm setting this one aside, and then I just found the other one on Ravelry. So I should be getting that soon. And it's in a Golden Heather. And the Golden Heather of the Alafoss Lopi and this one, different colors. This is darker. The other one is more like a marigold. It's called Golden Heather, but it's more like what you would think of marigold. The flower, the color is it's brighter. It's a brighter yellow. So, lesson learned there. And then, what else? I was going to say something about missing yarn. Oh yeah, I had wanted to make the Bernie sweater, and I have the pattern here, the Bernie sweater. I thought it'd be cute. I realized I make a lot of shawls, and I don't get to wear my shawls all the time, so I thought, well, if I make more sweaters, I'll wear them more, just because I need something to put on. But then I started to make the Bernie sweater, and I have all that yarn. I don't have it. I have to get up here. I was missing one skein of the, what do they call it? They call it the medium brown. It's a contrasting color. I need one more skein of the medium brown. So I have all these patterns and projects that I want to do, but then sometimes I feel that like I go to get it and I'm missing a skein, or I'm missing the needles. For example, the Jolly Wee elf. This is actually the larger elf. And it's a size 3 double pointed needle. But to do the actual wee elf, I need a size 1.5 needle, double pointed needle, and I don't have them. I've made one once before, but again, I think I borrowed it from a friend when I was at the table at the local yarn store in Des Moines. It's in West Des Moines. Yarn Junction Company is what it's called. I loved it. But so now, yeah, I'm just getting things together. I have 2 sets of needles. I have the Addy needles and the square ones, and I have the Leica needles, and I got the copper ones. I think they're so beautiful. Maybe the next episode I can talk about those, the copper needles, and they're just beautiful when they start tarnishing. The colors change, and then of course most people know about the Addy squares. Those are awesome. But I'll pull those out. Yeah. And so the other project I wanted to talk about that I haven't gotten to yet, the work in progress. Sorry, right now I have these in Ziploc bags. I have just been arranging I call this my meditation / knitting room. And I've just gotten it kind of set up here. So right now I'm just sitting on my day bed here. But getting all my yarn in order, getting rid of some stash actually. Certain skeins that, just the colors don't suit me very well. But yeah, here's some more yarn that I purchased at Yarn Junction for the rocket tee. I believe this is the boucle, and it's so pretty. I don't even know if you can see how pretty it is on the camera, but it's so pretty. I love the little slubs. You can see the little slubs there. And then of course the mohair that goes along with it to make the rocket tee. Actually, I don't know if the rocket tee pattern calls for the mohair or not. I'm thinking it does. Otherwise, I probably would have just gotten this. But these two together, yeah. And actually, I love mohair, but, I don't know. I can wear mohair. I know some people cannot. I always like to rub it against my neck because I have very sensitive skin, and it will turn red easily. And I don't like walking around with a red neck all the time because of my sweaters. But alpaca, I bought a lot of alpaca yarn when I went to Spain a few years ago, and I hit up all the knitting stores. When I travel, I like to stop at all the knitting store wherever I'm at, and I bought some yarn from there, and I bought a lot of alpaca, and I can show those on another time as well. But yeah, this is for the rocket tee, and I hope to make that soon. Right now, like I said, I am knitting the smock slouch hat, and this shouldn't take me long. Like I said, I've knit like probably six of these. I love this one, but this wouldn't have been. I know some people like to work a lot of projects at the same time. I've done that, but then I always forget where I stopped, and then I forget, I just lose concentration, and then I end up messing up. So I prefer to only have a couple projects on the needles. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this fast. I still love doing this one, but I like a challenge. So I like to be able to make different things and challenge myself to make different things. So I can't wait to finish that. And then I'm hoping that yarn comes soon. And this one, the purse, I want to try the purse. I'm going to have to put a zipper in it. And I've never sewn a zipper into anything. I do have a sewing machine. I don't use it often. I started sewing. I tried to start sewing before I started knitting, but then the store closed down, so I had to stop. I like to learn from somebody first. I don't necessarily like to learn by myself, even though that is how I started learning knitting, because I think at the time I started there wasn't a local yarn store or anybody to teach me how to knit. So I started from a book, and then I found the yarn store, and then I took a class right away. I like to learn by classes. Yeah, so I guess that's it for my first episode about my knitting. And really, I'm just here to chat and share ideas and get ideas. And learn a lot from the group online. All right, well, I hope this was at least a little bit interesting, or just somebody to listen to share some knitting information with. All right, hope to see you again.